Hello everyone. Sorry I took like a mini hiatus, but I'm back. I'm back. I couldn't do it anymore. I really couldn't. Not my cup of tea. Basically, a lot has happened since the last time I've seen y'all. I quit my internship and I'm no longer going back to school. And there's a new angle. Oh my gosh, sorry. Like I don't that's obvious I felt, but I just wanted to acknowledge it. I quit my internship and I no longer went back to school for a lot of reasons. And I feel like it's probably gonna sound like a rant, but it's like more so just explaining it more for myself and for anyone that watches and enjoys listening to my lore or whatever I have to offer, I feel. Basically, I started the internship, I was doing it for 2 weeks. This is all like the past like 2 weeks, and a bunch of other life stuff has happened with like parents and like Aiden and like family's been just been crazy. And then like friends in town I visited, like Parker and Andy visited, love them. They came down, so I was busy with that too. And then I had to pick up shifts at work and stuff. It was crazy because I wasn't on the schedule because I took an LOA, so I was off of the schedule, but now I'm back on it. A lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. But I quit my school, my internship, not my school, I quit school and my internship because my internship felt really dragging. And I know that might sound weird to people because like everyone's like, oh, like, you know, you're an intern, you're paying your dues as an intern when you're given like a certain amount of work and stuff like that. But from the get-go, I didn't like the fact that my internship, that I couldn't like have my septum out and then I could just really wear my earrings, and I felt like I had to put on this facade, and it didn't resonate with me. It didn't feel like me at all. It felt performative, it felt unoriginal, it felt fake, and I felt like a fraud at my job, and I didn't like it at all, which maybe a lot of people feel that way too, and I'm not special, I'm not saying I am, but I think I was very lucky and fortunate to be able to go back to my old job and not have to stick it out at that job. No hate to the people there or anything. Like, I don't hate the company, I don't hate the people there, but the work I was doing was so uninspiring and so boring, and it just didn't fit me at all, that it gave me this weird like midlife crisis. I'm not even lying. I literally was like crying about it, and it wasn't for me. Basically, I was started the internship, you know, I think I've talked about it before, but I don't really remember because I haven't watched like an old video of mine to like see how much I've said from it. But I did it and it was 8 to 5, you get an hour lunch, cool, whatever. But people come in early at 7:30, so then I came in early at 7:30 so that I could leave early on Fridays at 12. So then I would leave early on Fridays at 12, but sometimes they stay later. So then you stay later on Fridays till like 5. If you hit the 40 hours, it's like 40 hours a week. As long as you hit it, they really don't care. They're really chillax and they're really nice. And I really felt bad about quitting. I'm being so real because I was really grateful for this opportunity. I'm really lucky to get the opportunity. Like a lot of people that were civil engineering at my school, they couldn't get internships and they were struggling to find stuff. And here I was, and I was offered one, and I was like, not gifted one, but like, it was a really lucky opportunity by like coincidence, fate, whatever, the universe, that it was given to me, and I was super happy about it. And I started doing it, and literally first week of the job, I knew I was not going to stay there forever, and I was like, I'm so glad that this is an internship. From the first day when I was sat down at my cubicle, which cubicles are not for me, y'all, they really aren't. And if they are for you, I'm really happy for you, but that's not for me. Like, I was not able to do that at all. I sat at my desk, I had two monitors and a laptop, and they're all connected. And for all day, for 8 hours, 9.5 hours a day, I would stare at those three stupid screens, doing calculations, doing work on Civil 3D, like AutoCAD stuff on the drawings, for like all hydrology, hydraulics, graph sheets, and then I was doing permits and all that. And one of my last straws was when it was a Friday, and I was helping one of the guys take out the trash, and I just finished doing part of a proposal or permit thing or whatever. Keep in mind, when it was given to me and I started it, it was 76 pages. Cool, fine, whatever. Wow, that's a lot of pages. When I finished it, it was 334 pages. And that's not even completely done with all the other stuff that they have to do. And in that moment, I was like, wow, I can't do that for like ever. And I was like, wow, I'm so glad I'm an intern. Like maybe it gets better. Like this is just intern paying your dues, whatever. Like I need to get over it, get past it, work past it. And then right after I was like giving myself that pep talk in the bathroom, because I would go to the bathroom literally to take a breather and relax my hand and do this because I was clicking and typing all day for 9.5 hours. So then when I get home and I want to record a video, I don't want to sit and click and type to edit it because my hand hurts from work all day. And to me, that was like one of the true signs that I was like, this job isn't for me for sure. Because when I started doing these, I knew that these are what I'm really like passionate about. They give me creative expression. I feel like I'm talking to like someone or like the universe or whoever's just listening. Like, and I really, like, I love that. And it's just like taking that away from me felt like I was leaving one prison for another. And I was not gonna do that at all in any way, shape, or form. Because I've made that promise to myself that if I've ever encountered anything for me that was not for me and I knew it wasn't for me, I was not gonna do it. And I had to keep that promise to myself, and it took me 2 weeks to do it. And the only person that pushed me to do it was Aiden, because I started it, I was fine-ish, and it was so hard to adjust to it, which is normal. So I was like, you're changed, normal, you're adjusting to a new job, whatever, cool. And then the second week came around and all that stuff was happening. Well, oh, I'm totally sorry. I literally washed over the fact I was talking about the guy with the trash. Okay, no, I was literally helping him take out the trash, and he told me that I was asking questions. I was like, oh, so you guys do like the drawings and stuff on Civil 3D? And he was like, oh yeah, you're gonna start doing those soon too, or whatever. And I was like, oh, so I'm gonna start doing the amount of work y'all do on top of the stuff that I do, because I'm also in an internship program, and that's like its own thing, which I didn't know, because each week I have like different intern assignments. I guess it's given through like onboarding or like HR. So then like some weeks I would have to do like interviews with other coworkers to like ask them their life stories and stuff like that. And I have to like make a LinkedIn, do my resume, and send it into like the workshop and add the company to all these like little different things. And you kind of manage your time, which wasn't really the issue. The issue was I was given those assignments and I was doing all that stuff, and I felt so miserable. My time was so limited. I would come home after, because keep in mind, I also drove 35 to 40 minutes there. It's 20 minutes away from where I live, right? But because of my commute with all the traffic I was dealing with, it would be like 40 minutes. So I'd wake up early, drive the 40-minute commute there, 40 minutes back, and sitting in traffic, then sitting at a desk all day doing a job that I realized I did not like and I did not want to do at all and that I hated. And it sucks. I genuinely felt like a failure. I cried a lot. Aiden pushed me to quit because I would come home from my internship, like hanging out with him, like I'd go to his house, and I would literally be so exhausted. I would almost like cry, and I did cry. I was so tired. I'd have like headaches because it was like getting to me a lot because I'd be staring at a screen all day, and that in itself gives me a headache in a way. And I was like, if I'm gonna stare at a screen for 9.5 hours a day, it is gonna be for something I love and something I wanna do, because I already don't like staring at a screen. And that made me realize that I don't want to stare at a screen for my whole entire life and for my job. So then I was like talking to the guy, I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Do y'all do like site visits and stuff like that? Because I thought I was going to be like not just staring at a screen all day when I was originally hired. And it turns out that that's literally all I would be doing, was staring at a screen. For the entirety that I worked there, all of them stare at a screen all day. No offense to anyone who does that and that's your thing, but that is not my thing at all. And I didn't know that, and I realized that when I was doing this job. And it was such a wake-up call, and it made me so emotional. I really didn't, because in a way I divorced myself, like the old version of me, which sounds dramatic, but I chose civil engineering in my major because like I was originally like not previously in a good living situation, and I was like, I need to go to school and get out of this situation. At my current job, I don't make enough to live on my own. What kind of job can I do to get me out of my current living situation that like makes enough money with just a bachelor's degree? Because I already had 2 associates at the time, which I'm grateful and lucky for. One of them's in science, one of them's in psychology. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like what can I do to get out of this situation. I was like, I can go to school and I can make it so that I can get out of this. And then I left that situation, but I was still going to school. And I was like, okay, I'll finish school. I've come this far. Like, I didn't hate the job or anything, because at my core, I love education and I love learning. So that's why this was really a tough decision, and it hurt me very much. And I cried about it, because I cry a lot, whatever, but I couldn't do it anymore. I really couldn't. Not my cup of tea. And now I'm also in a situation where I want to like move out, and I need to save money to do that, because it's kind of not the best situation right now. And in order for me to do that, I have to give up the privilege of going to school, and I just have to assume a full-time position at my job. And I have like a little interview for it with my boss. Hopefully I get it, and then I can get health insurance, and then I can like, you know, get on like Wellbutrin or something also, because I have issues like that to also address, but they haven't been addressed because I don't have health insurance and the money to do that. And then I had car issues, so my struts went out. So then that was $535 out of pocket to fix, because my warranty paid the rest of it. But it was a total of like $1,400, which was crazy. No, it was $1,500. That was crazy. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. That's the conclusion I come to. And it sucks and it hurts, because I have dedicated so much time within myself, money, student loans, working my butt off, making like payment plans for school, paying for books. I still have books that I paid for, and I will literally never use them again and never have them, because I have to give up school in order to be able to move out and be able to sustain a life for myself and make money and be able to be creative. And that school realization was brought on by the fact I quit my internship, because I was talking to them about like what the job actually looks like, and they're like, oh, like this is it. And I was like, I hate what this is. And I understand people have the perspective that like, you know, it's just one company. There's other companies out there. But that was the true wake-up call to me, that I was like, this internship, there's other jobs like this, and I can't do it. Like, I can't. I have a year and a half left of school. I was so miserable last semester. I did 60 pages of math. I'm pretty sure it was 60 pages, if not more, and I can prove it because I have a PDF of all the scanned photos of it that I had to upload for extra credit for my applied linear algebra exam. And I was like, I cannot maintain working full-time, going to school, because my availability has to be open, so I can't take classes, in order to make my life more like sustainable for me to be independent and live on my own and stuff. So I guess I'm not in a sense dropping out because the semester's over, but I'm registered for fall 2025, and I have to literally go into my laptop later and I have to drop all of those classes, and that hurts in a way, but I don't regret it, and I feel 10 times freer than I have ever felt in my entire life. And it is so scary, because I think the only thing that brings me joy now is the fact that working full-time and having a job sucks. I'm not gonna lie, that sucks. Everyone has to do it though, and I'm not like complaining. I'm gonna wear that on my back. Like that is a battle I have to do that I've done before. But if I have health insurance and I'm medicated, I should, and I also have a completely different outlook on it compared to when I was younger and I was full-time and I hated it, that now I have this. Before, when I was full-time and when I was in school, I didn't have this, and I just recently started doing this. This brings me joy. This feels therapeutic. This is like for me in a sense, and none of that other stuff is. And that was a crazy realization that it took me so long to come to, because I always planned to do stuff like this, but I planned to do it after I graduated. But now I no longer have that option, because I'm no longer in school, because I can't afford it, one, because one of my scholarships is taken up because of like DEI stuff. That also affects it. So the Trump administration did affect that. So I'm not even gonna get into that. That's a whole different, that irritates me so bad. But anyway, I'm starting over from the ground up, and that is the most terrifying feeling, because sometimes I feel like, not even sometimes, I fight off the thought that I'm like a failure in a way all the time, even though it's like these circumstances are out of my control. But I've always told myself, no matter what, you're gonna make it work, you're gonna get a degree, your bachelor's, and you're gonna get your civil engineering degree and you're gonna follow your dreams, blah, blah, blah. Even though civil engineering isn't really what you want to do with your life, it's still something, it's a tool that can help you and give you money to fund the things you want to do with your life. But now I no longer have that option, and I put so much time and energy into it that I feel like I've wasted the past 3 years of my life being in school for civil engineering, 2.5 is, I think, being in school for civil engineering, because I put so much like effort into it and now it's just like gone. That's what it feels like. And I know that's not true. Like, I still have all that knowledge, like no one's sucking it out of my brain. But that's genuinely what I feel like deep down. That's what hurts a lot. But I don't regret it, and I don't think I will. If I was given the opportunity to go back to school right now on like a full ride scholarship or something, I'd probably say yes, because it's completely different circumstances. But like, if I was given like the opportunity to like stay here in my current house and not have to deal with certain things, and like be able to work part-time and be able to make and like pay for my bills and stuff, I wouldn't go back to it. I think what's next for me is working full-time, dealing with that at my current job that I just got back from my LOA after leaving my internship. Hopefully I get full-time. I really hope I do, because I really need the health insurance and I really need the benefits and I need the money and the paychecks so that I can prove income and all that, so I can get an apartment. And my next steps are just this. I am going to work full-time, edit in my spare time all the time, do videos with Aiden for Cockpit Network, and I'm gonna see where that takes me. And honestly, I hope I can financially sustain something from it, but I feel way more free than I ever have. And that sounds dramatic, but it's so nice. It's so nice, and I love it. And now my question is like, who am I? Because lately I've been like figuring out like, who am I now? Because my entire identity was literally based on school and me doing school, and it worked. My schedule, everything worked around school and my internship, and I have neither of those now. And I've worked so hard to get both of those things, and now I don't have either of them. So it's just like, I feel like I'm starting from square one, which is like crazy. Not crazy, people do it all the time, but for me it's just like the pressure feels on, and I feel like I'm usually great under pressure, but this time it's completely different. It feels, and I feel like I've hit a rock bottom in a way. But yeah, it's not as well, it does feel dramatic, but it's not as dramatic as I want to say, because I feel like I'm still lucky to have a job. But life has been lifing lately. Life has been lifing. Things were tough, and I never thought my life would ever take this turn, or I would have these circumstances and stuff. No one ever does. I'm not special in that like sense. Like, everyone has their issues. Everyone's got stuff going on in their life. But now I'm back to figuring it out like I did before. And like I will, and I think I'll be fine. I hope I'll be fine, and I know I'll be fine. I'll figure it out, because I have faith in myself. I have faith in Aiden. I have faith in my work ethic. I have faith in my channel, and my channel with Aiden. I really think that now there's nothing stopping me, and I hope that I have the same amount of free time that I feel like I have now when I'm full-time working, which I probably won't, but I mean, I will figure that out, because this is all I have now. This is the way I see it. This is my life. This is what I have now. This is what's gonna make me get out of my current whatever situations and grow as a person, and hopefully my story and my lore, my sense of humor, my video diaries, whatever I create on the internet for other people can like inspire people and make them like have a sense of community and feel like seen, because all I've ever wanted to do was feel seen also. So yeah, that's what this video was, and that's all I feel like I have to say for now. And I will see you in the next video. I wanted to keep this one just plainly strictly about like school and internship stuff and like catching y'all up on the lore, but there is so much more to come in the future, and be patient with me, because I'm trying to figure out stuff and work through stuff and what I want to create and all that blah blah blah, you know what I mean? Because it's like a whole new thing now, because like now this is what I do, so now I'm like, okay, well, I want to be different, I want to be me, I want to be like unique, I want to like do all this stuff, and that's like, now I have to like put all that into action with all the stuff I've learned, and I'm figuring that out like everyone else is. So I hope I know it'll be good. I know it'll be good. I know I'm capable of it. I know Aiden's capable of it too. I know we're both a good pair, and I know our friendship like will thrive, and I can't wait for that to happen. And I feel like it is happening, but it's on such a minute scale right now. I can't wait for it to be like bigger, and not like in the sense that I want to be like super famous, but I just want to create stuff, and I want to be able to live a creative life and be able to sustain life and move and travel from it. And yeah, that's all, y'all. And I just want to wish you luck with whatever you're up to, whatever your current situation is. I'm sorry if stuff happens to you. I hope you know you're not alone if you are in a similar situation like mine, stuff like that. So I love you all, and thank you for watching. And maybe, hopefully, one day, actually, there will be a time, I swear by it, there will be a time where I'm able, or people are able to look back at these and like see like the beginnings of like Cockpit Network and like, oh, my creative stuff on the internet and all that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm getting there, I'm getting there. I'm determined. And goodbye, y'all, and see y'all in the next video.